Welcome to Home Dad Chat, brought to you by the National At Home Dad Network. My name is Brock,
My name is Danny.
and we are here to talk about life as stay at home dads. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
No, I don't want much. I even love handmade crafts made of macaroni. Come on now, you should know me. Times I might eat too much. No worry about my weight. Got the dad bod rocking on me. Sketches on my feet. Cargo shorts look good on me. I'm a dad, that's what I do.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the show. We're actually recording on a different day than we normally do, but you wouldn't know that anyway. So you're just listening whenever, but just thought we'd put that out there. Danny tried to make this a home dad chat after dark, but it's not dark
After
outside.
dark. Yeah, it's not. It's like 7 and just, wait a couple months and then it'll have been dark for 3 hours. But right now,
that's
no,
the
we're good.
truth. Yep.
I will say that I kind of expect more interruptions tonight because we are recording in the evening when normally, and we've done it before, but when it was established, everybody knew ahead of time, nothing, but this is kind of let's record the night real quick because we
It's a
can't tomorrow.
one-off. Yeah.
And yeah, my kids have already come in here like, hey, can I? I'm like, what part of I'm on a call? I'm doing
Yeah.
a podcast. Where's the breakdown there?
My
But
kids are out playing a board game right now, actually. They went and pulled out Ticket to Ride New York, which
nice.
is a smaller version of
Yeah,
Ticket to Ride.
I've seen it.
So, yeah,
I looked like it was fun, but I
it
like Ticket
is.
to Ride.
Yeah, it's fun. It's quick too. It's not, a huge board. So you're
The
just,
commitment Ticket to
yeah,
Ride.
it's not like across Europe or across the United States. It's
Yeah.
the Ticket to Ride where it's literally New York City. So it's mainly taxi cabs, which is the other cool thing too.
Hmm.
It's not a train. So, but
Nice.
fun nonetheless. Cool, fun board game. We could definitely get into a conversation talking about board games.
Yeah.
That would be
It's
really
a
easy.
wide open field. But I will say my kids are upstairs preparing the burgers that my 15-year-old is going, or he's 16 now, just turned 16. My 16-year-old is going to cook on the Blackstone for
Ooh,
the family. And I'm like, yeah, all right, let's go do
this
that.
is his
That's great.
audition for Burger King or McDonald's, man.
He's doing well too. He
Like
kind of
that.
screwed up on his first one. He had, a couple that were kind of raw, and we've talked about that, but he's on it now. And he's still a little nervous because he's using like my machine, because
Yeah.
no one else used the Blackstone. Like Marnie has, but like for the first 2 years, nobody else did. And I wasn't telling them they couldn't, but nobody really wanted to, just really like crack the case and get in there and see what was going on. So,
Just as long
um,
as they understand that there is also the cleanup as well.
mhm,
That's
yep.
the other important thing.
Griddle's easy to clean.
Griddles are easy to clean.
Yeah.
However, it's the idea of actually cleaning it. And trust me, I've seen my fair
Oh, well.
share of grills and griddles that have not been taken care of. And it's like, it's just so easy. Like, especially a griddle. Griddle's even easier than a grill
Oh
itself.
yeah.
But
I will probably go out there tomorrow morning at the latest, if not tonight, and just like, just look at because I don't want to go out immediately with, like this to give because James does have that guilt thing and much like his mom. And so he feels bad about just existing sometimes.
right.
Oh, I made you cheeseburgers. I'm sorry. What do you mean you made me cheeseburgers? There's no need for an
There's no
apology in
apology
there,
for that.
right?
Yeah. I brought you home donuts. I'm sorry.
Just
No.
gee, oh darn shucks. Why would you? Please do it again every day. Yeah. So I will probably check it, just a little, just surreptitiously, either when he's back in his room or tomorrow morning when he hasn't woken up yet, because they're all
Sure.
sleeping until 10. Almost. If I
Mm.
don't have something planned to get them up, they don't. They just don't. And they don't stay up that late. They're just running around and, you know, playing on outside or slackline or whatever else and just crash.
Yeah.
So,
My kids this week are actually getting up early because there's a local church in the neighborhood that came up with this really cool idea called a back to school boot camp. And it's from
all right.
8 a.m. to 2:45 p.m. Monday through Friday. And the Monday through Thursday is actually like they're going through different subjects, and it's like basically school, and it's kind of put on by like a former like a retired principal
Okay.
and some like retired teachers, and they're all part of the church there. And it's really neat because like especially for like the kids in the neighborhood, it's a chance to just kind of get them ready for the school year. The
Hmm.
neighborhood that it's in is not, it's sort of a, I guess you would call it like a downcast neighborhood in the fashion of like it doesn't have some of the qualities that you see in a supported neighborhood.
Okay.
And so the fact that this church has taken it upon themselves to be like, we just bring your kids here and we will help get them ready for school. Because a lot of the kids, I think, are in situations where mom and dad go off to work and the kids are
Hmm.
just there.
Yeah.
And usually they spend most of their time at the library down the street. And so this is a chance to sort of get them prepped for school, which I'm super excited for. There's quite a few kids that are actually coming to it. And I sent my kids because I was like, well, this is a great opportunity for them to, one, meet some other kids that they see at the library from time to time, also just to meet some other kids, and then two, to also get the same benefit as well in it. And the other part of it is that they're actually the minority. Because all the kids there are kids of color. They're the only two white kids, I believe, in the entire thing. But
Hmm.
they're having a great time with it, and it's been really good. And I honestly it's one of those deals too where like they just ask for a donation to help out with it. And then on Friday, they are taking all of the kids as like a reward to like, completion of the week. They get to go to this really cool place called, well, gosh darn it, I forgot the name of it. It's basically like it's not like it's sort of like a trampoline park, but it's like this big adventure place. There's like zip lining and all kinds of different things
Cool.
inside of it. It's really neat. Urban Air, that's what it's called.
All right.
And so they get to go hang out there for a good portion of the day, which is going to be a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
So, but they got to get up early. I mean, it starts at 8 o'clock, so I don't have them get up as early as they do for typical school, but they get up at 7. They'll get around, get their stuff because they don't have to do all the things that they typically do to get ready for school. Because they also feed them breakfast and lunch there as well.
Nice.
So I mean,
That,
it's
and I'm glad to hear that actually. I said nice because I would like to be the person like I don't have to, but I think it's amazing because talking about the neighborhood you're talking about, it's very likely they may not get another
yes,
meal, or they're
hmm,
home cooking for themselves and they end up eating,
yeah,
whatever they can get their hands on. Kind of, oh, I ate popcorn and a piece of bologna. What?
yeah,
You didn't make a sandwich? No, I didn't want to. I just wanted to eat what was in front of me. So that's better have it provided where they're actually going to have like, yeah, yeah, we took the bologna, but we put it in bread with some cheese and lettuce. Okay. So
yes,
it's still
exactly.
bologna, but yeah.
And
Uh,
you get some chips with it and a drink.
yeah.
Get everything.
Right.
So yeah, so they're doing that this week, and it's
Cool.
going really well. I'm just, I think it's great. I think more communities need to do stuff like that, honestly. Like if you've got the ability to, like it's a week out of your entire summer to,
Mhm.
just take that time to invest into the kids in your neighborhood. So I thought, yeah, I think it's really cool. I didn't realize it even was going on until I walked in the library and there was a flyer up for it. So I don't know if this is the first year that they've done it or if they've done it before. So
Neat. Yeah.
yeah, so this
Definitely a
is really
program
cool.
you probably have to try to support if you can.
Right? Exactly. Definitely one you want to keep around for sure. So
So, I don't know why. Brock, why are you talking about going back to school? It's the middle of summer.
it's coming quicker
And
than you
yet,
think.
yeah, it is.
It's coming.
I got 5 weeks to today starting today. I have literally 5 weeks. My kids go back to school five
I
weeks
have
from now.
three,
Yeah. Yeah. You can
three,
make
and
it.
they're back to
You
school.
can do it. You can do it. We can do
Yep.
it.
Yeah. 3 more weeks. It's all good. Yeah, it's
Right.
coming around real quick. I mean, we've got back to school shopping is this week,
Mhm.
starts this weekend actually. We have 2 weeks of the no tax
Nice.
school buy stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a big thing just to go out and get what we need for the most part. I wish, though, I really wish that you could just combine all the things that you have from, past school years and use that. Like, instead
Hmm.
of having to, like, they're always like, a new box of crayons, a new this. Is like, they didn't use an entire box of crayons. Like, my gosh, like,
Yeah.
or colored pencils.
I keep mine. I
You just reuse them?
Yeah, if they're still useful, but like Lizzie had nothing left. She is an artist, she's a crafter. She had everything was a nub. I'm like, yeah,
Mm.
okay, you're getting new stuff. But like I bought 3 years ago, I bought a multi-pack of like the crayons, and they're going to use the crayons every single year. And I didn't do markers because they dry out, But yeah, because we're looking at every year for the rest of my freaking life, I'll be buying school supplies. And actually, I was looking at it this year because Marnie comes up. She goes, "Okay, so looking at budget, August is going to be a little tight because we've got to do this and this. We will have this coming in." So, and she's all this, I'm like glazing over slowly. And she said, "So if there's anything that that you need to put into it," and I'm like, "Well, remember last year when I told you that you should put in your budget every year in August? We're going to buy school supplies."
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, "Oh crap." I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, there's
So
that thing, that thing you kick the
yes,
kids out of the house to go do.
right. And she's like, "We can too." I'm like, "Look, we have some supplies. We will need some supplies. We'll buy the minimum, but we're only buying for 3 kids
There you go.
because Fabian's getting his tuition and stuff, college, and they take care of him. All right. I mean, we might end up getting him, I don't know, erasers. I don't know what he might need, but realistically, he's got it right there and he doesn't need us. And he's got a job and he's working a lot, even though, because like he couldn't work for at least a week because of his accident. He crashed from his bike. And I don't know if I told you that actually, because it's happened in the room, but he scratched his face up really bad, scratched up
Ooh,
his hand, like road rash on his hand and his elbow. He was on his e-bike zipping through town and got up on the pedals like you do if you're young and not clumsy, which guess what? Much like me, my kids are clumsy and crashed. And I mean, he was done. And yeah,
I
I
mean,
won't,
you're riding
but
a motorcycle basically when you're on an
basically, yeah.
e-bike.
And I'm like, "So did you have your helmet on?" He's like, I'm like, "Okay, look, we've had this discussion and I have much less sympathy for you right now because you decided to do these things." But yeah, so he got scratched up and couldn't work for about a week and a half because I mean, as it is, he still can't work like in the back. He's got to keep his hand wrapped up and everything. And so he
Yeah.
can't go work with food. He just works like the register and cleans and stuff. But it was hilarious because he's like, "Yeah, they're a little shorthanded. I'm going to go in early." And I'm like, it's 2 hours early. Are you going to get off early? He's like, "No, I need the money, Dad." And I'm like, "Yeah, you do. I mean, you're going to college. This is what it's like. You're going to have to work." But it was so cool to see him adulting, you know,
There you go. Yeah.
to see these little buttheads who don't even know how to wipe their own butts properly finally go off into the world and go, "Oh crap, that's what Dad was talking about." He's right. I
Right.
do have to do these. That's why he made me call the doctor for an appointment while he was sitting there with me rather than just letting me figure it out someday. It was hilarious. But yeah. And
Yeah,
then
those
he,
e-bikes and kids, man. I mean, mine flies. Like it'll cook. And you see these
yeah,
kids riding around on them, and I'm just like, man, like it's not like pedaling where I mean, like they do have pedals, but they don't use them because they just want to zip around everywhere. And it's like
yeah, I don't blame him.
it does not take much to get going fast. And if you're not paying attention or you
Hmm.
decide that you want to try to pull off something that's, out of the Red Bull page or whatever and do some kind of jump, because those bikes are heavy, man. They're not like a BMX bike that you can't
No.
jump them the same way, although you
Mm-mm.
think you can. And
Yeah.
yeah, I'll tell you what, the amount of things that are coming into the ER, the rate of e-bikes is huge.
Mhm.
It really is. So
I
wear
believe it.
your helmet, or as they call brain bucket, because either that or we're gonna get really hurt. So, I
Yeah.
mean, I grew up in the era when you didn't wear a helmet for the longest of time, but I also was riding around on a BMX bike or
Hmm.
something along those lines where it's a much different situation in
Yeah. And you
in
you
some aspects.
can get really hurt
You can.
on a BMX or something, but you're not
Yeah.
going 40 miles per hour or
Right.
hopefully.
Right. I'm jumping over like, monster trucks and a
Yeah.
ramp in my
Yeah.
street type of deal. I
Right.
mean, even when I got into mountain biking, I wore a helmet because I knew
Yeah.
if you flew off that thing, like if you didn't have a helmet, you were in some trouble. Like I had one
Hmm.
time where I actually flew off the front of the bike when I was going down a trail, and I thank God I had my helmet on because I literally went like a bullet into the base of a tree with my head. And
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of knocked me out a little bit, like a little mild concussion back in the day.
Mm.
But I can only imagine what would have happened otherwise. I mean, it cracked my helmet in half. Like that's the,
Yikes.
yeah, it was quite the impact.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
so
You saved
hopefully,
your life right there. It
oh
sounds
yeah,
like.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I would not be here today if I wasn't
Yeah.
wearing that helmet for sure. So school's coming around,
Hmm.
and which is exciting because that means also too. Then you got Home Dad Con is coming around the corner as well.
Yeah. Super
And
fast.
it is coming around super fast.
So let me
It's
ask you this then. So you've got a few weeks, only a few weeks. I've got 5 weeks, and
yep.
then kids go back to school. What's that going to be like for you? How's that going to change? How's that
Like
going to? I want to talk about the positive things because I
yeah,
feel like right now at the end, this is where we're all about to burn out and we need something to think out and a goal. This is a positive goal. In a few more weeks, then I can do this.
I think for me, it's gonna be nice. I think what I'm gonna probably end up doing is taking some time to after I drop the kids off from school. Like, I'll do what I need to do work wise, like remotely. I'll just take my stuff with me. But I think what I'm probably gonna end up doing is maybe going fishing for a couple hours on a day. Take the bike out and go for a ride. I might actually take one of my other bikes out. I've got a touring bike, so I might take that out and go for a ride. And then disc golf. That's the other one.
Yeah,
Hit some
nice.
disc golf. Hopefully with some other dads maybe that are in the same situation, where they're just like getting a breather from their kids being at home and just getting a chance to hang out for a little while. Okay, those are pretty much the things that I'll be doing, along with like trying to take care of some household things that just pile up, just minor stuff, nothing
Hmm.
huge. But
Yeah,
I'm
the
also,
general daily
yeah,
maintenance of
general,
the house. Yeah.
yeah, and also maybe help out a couple neighbors that it's like, it's one thing if you get into it, if you've got kids around, it's like, you just never know when they're just gonna pop out of nowhere and have like some
Hmm.
crazy like request or whatever.
Right.
So having the ability to just, drop them off of school and come back and be like, all right, cool, like I can actually tackle this project. That's what I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
the most. Yeah.
Yeah. And
What about you, man?
committing that like 30, 45 minutes just to this.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to And for me, even just laundry right now, I cannot get a load of laundry through the washer and dryer without somebody throwing something in or somebody needing to take a shower, run the dishwasher, so many other things. And while it will work, if you're taking a shower and the washing machine is running, it's going to pull, it's not going to be great. So I stopped or they stopped the washing machine without telling me. That was that was a good one.
Oh,
That was a
that's
good
not,
one.
yeah.
Yeah. But just the ability to have that time again to yourself. And I always look at it and it's like, wow, the house is really quiet. And I love that. I love that time of everybody is somewhere safe, everybody's taken care of. I don't have to be really concerned about anybody too much. And I can start doing, like you said, the little things that just sit and wait until the kids are out of the way.
Yep. Oh, the
And
other thing I was just thinking about too. So it's quiet in the house, something that I tend to do from time to time, especially right before I go pick up the kids.
Mhm.
I will take 10 minutes and just like, and I don't know if everybody can do this, but take 10 minutes and I set my timer on my phone, and I literally lay down on the couch and just close my eyes for 10 minutes. Just like I can power nap like that. Not everybody can, but
Yeah.
I just do that. It's nice. It's so quiet. Like, all right, I can get up, I can go get them because I know that chaos is about to begin. So
Right. Yeah.
calm before the storm.
Yeah. A big part of it too that I want to get done is the little projects that I use to keep the kids organized. Like I have a little file folder wire rack thing that goes on the wall and they can put all their paperwork in it. And it's great because I can look at it and go, okay, I got to deal with this today and this today because each person has their own, slot for their mail or whatever. And this year I'm going to actually put one above their coats and just let them do this part, because
Nice.
Lizzie's 10 or no, yeah, she'll be 11 before she goes back to school. So she'll be 11, and that's plenty old enough to be handling your own stuff.
Oh yeah.
Not, I'm not going to take hands off. I'm not saying that. I will continue to go, no, show me what homework you have or show me about, let's talk about, I'm not going to just go, I'm sure you got it right because I was looking at it and I'm thinking, where I want my kids to be ready for college, that means I need to get them ready for high school, which means I need to get them ready for junior high, which means I need to have them ready in the elementary school and starting that, I guess, trajectory,
Yeah.
having those ideas and goals and thoughts. And this is where we're going to be. Because, I mean, James turned 16 and
Yeah.
he went completely pale when I said, "Cool, all right, so you have 2 more summers at home." And he
That's
went,
eye
"What?"
opening.
He
That's
went,
yeah.
"Right." He goes, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, you have 2 more. One when you're 17, one when you're 18, and then you go to college." And he was like, "Oh," and he sat down and kind of got kind of pale, like, and I'm like, "Dude, you'll be fine. This isn't a
Now
big."
are
He goes,
you now
"It's
are you
two
guys
years."
are you on the trajectory of like my kids are going to college, or are you also with like the idea of like there's also like trade schools like to go to kind of deal?
Pretty much what they want to do if they said they wanted to go to a trade school, but uh, James needs to be a lawyer. That's just he would be really good at it. He's got the attitude, he's got the intelligence, and he's got the drive. So he's as if I have anything to say about it, he will be going to college and he'll be going
Yeah.
to a nice law school where he can learn
Is that
to
what he
pull
wants to
this
do though? I
crap.
mean, I know Dad, that's your idea. That's
He's
your
yeah,
thing.
he likes debates a lot. He likes
Okay.
debates and it's really funny because he kind of almost demands that when we have a disagreement, we, Dad, you need to prove your sources. You need
Oh,
to,
you get a
and I'm
courtroom
like,
scene, huh?
yes, yeah, yeah. And I'm like, this is not a debate at all. And it's literally not a debate. I'm not just saying that like a dad to his kid. This is not a debate. This is you and I having a disagreement in the living room.
Calm down
And
there,
he's like,
Perry Mason.
right. And he's like, well, Dad, still you should be able to cite sources. If you're going to say that's this, I'm like, you're not necessarily wrong, but you're also not going to get what you're looking for here.
You're
So
playing with
yeah.
fire, boy.
And if I had my druthers, I guess I think they would all go to college. I think that even though it's not nearly as valuable as it was, 20 years ago or even 10 years ago, maybe a college degree is more than just the education you get, although that's very important, but the interaction you get with other
Sure.
people, the
Yeah.
opportunity to study abroad, you know, whatever they want to do. And again, it's going to be their choice because they're going to be paying for it. So they might as well get to do what they want to do.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I really feel like that's where they're leaning and we'll see, we'll
Yeah.
see, but
I
it's
I
weird.
just the reason I just asked was because I like Hezekiah, I see him going off to college definitely with because he wants to do marine biology, but
Hmm.
also too like he has the opportunity before he actually graduates and goes off to college to do a couple of years at a trade school like while in high school. Um, and so I've been talking to him about like, hey, like, if you're going to do marine biology, like, being able to do like electrical work or being able to do plumbing or even like welding, something along those lines could be super beneficial for whatever situation you're in. If you're in a place where like you need to know how to like fix something on the fly without having to maybe go to somebody and say, "Hey, can you fix this?" when you might need it like faster than they can do it.
Mhm.
And so I've been kind of working with him on just kind of having that mindset of, it's good to know this. And he sees me doing stuff all the time, and I had to teach myself how to do it. But at the same
Right.
time, I've also been talking with Corey about like when the kids are both in high school, which there'll be a little bit of a lapse on that, or like overlap on that, that I too might even look into going and doing a couple of trade school classes because we're going to be doing something traveling and stuff like that, and having those skills would be helpful in the fashion of even just like, you know if somebody needs something or even we need something, like being able to know how to fix it, because it can also
Hmm.
be extra income as well. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, so definitely, like I think that having that kind of like viewpoint on things is definitely something that we're trying to instill in the kids. So Ruby, I'm not too sure what she wants to do yet. She's sort of the artsy one. She's not hasn't like her main thing is like she says she wants to have her own like business, but it's
Mhm.
kind of a kid's business right now type of deal in her
Right.
head. So
Yeah.
I'm like, you're 9. You can say all these things. It's fine. You got some
Hmm.
time. So, but yeah, I think that is great. Like, and that, I think that's one of the things too. Sometimes you almost forget about, like you're saying, like, you're telling James, like, he's got 2 summers left, and that's, a lot of parents sometimes forget to maybe let their kids know what that timeline is, like
Yeah.
they're so engulfed in just the fact that it's like, all right, like this is the routine, this is what we're doing. But I think having that sort of sit down conversation, just being like, all right, like you have this many years before you are considered an adult and are
Hmm.
able to just spread your wings and fly. And
Yeah.
that's important because the last thing you want is for them to walk into you're 18 and it's like all of a sudden it's like, okay, this is your last year.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah. Or hey, happy summer. What college are you going to? Or what trade school? Right?
Right?
What do you mean? No, no, you should have been thinking about that 5 years ago. So yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
definitely. Which is also something, I guess it kind of brings me into another thing. I was telling you before we hit record, I don't know if I dreamt this or if I saw this somewhere. Somebody posted this comment, but the comment was something along the lines of, "We loved hearing from Danny and Brock on a weekly basis. However, like, what would it look like to bring other dads on the show from like the network and talk to them and give them the opportunity to talk?"
Mhm.
And we're always open to that.
What do you
And
want to talk about? Let's go.
yeah, exactly. Like you just want to come in and talk about like what's going on with your life, like, be a part of this conversation. We'll just bring a third dad in and jaw it up. Like that's fine. Like I have no problem with that. I think the thing is though is like trying to get a dad who wants to do it, Like sometimes you get dads that are like, I don't want to be on screen. I don't want to be on the microphone.
Right.
Totally understand that.
Mhm.
However, if you are one that likes to talk, come on the show. Like, let us
Yeah.
know. You can get in touch with us. Y'all know, all know who we are and how to get in touch with us. So I think it would be fun though too. I think there's a whole series that could be made up of just getting the different dads on and hearing their
Yeah.
stories because there
And
are so
and
many backgrounds.
there's right, right. And there's so many things that they have experienced that they know about that they want to talk about that we would be out of our depth. There's
Yeah.
things that, oh yeah, I'm not going to talk about that because I don't know much about that, whatever it might be. Equine therapy as an example. Odd example, I know, but it was brought
That
up to
is.
us like a month and a half ago for the at the planning committee for the convention and talk about trying to do and I'm like, I don't even know what that is. I mean, I know I can guess what that is, but
Are
you
we
like
bringing a horse into the
hang out with
convention?
horses and but it was a great idea. It really was. It just we can't implement it. But
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about it. And one of the dads was telling us, and they were just like, "Yeah, this is this." And I'm like, "Wow, that's a bigger thing than I ever would have thought."
Hmm.
And that's the kind of thing you get. And I think you'll see it in the dad lounge, and it's just kind of like sitting around a campfire with somebody, and you just get talking about your life. You
Yeah.
get out of the stress of being a parent and taking care of everybody and just start reconnecting with what you are and who you are and what you know.
Yeah.
And
Well,
after we could do a 10-minute quote around the campfire with home dad chat. We could
there you
do.
go. At a fireside chat with home dad chat. I I mean, that's how I started out my first podcast. It was just
Mhm.
me like interviewing dads and giving them the ability to tell their stories because I think sometimes dads like, oh, that's my story is not that important. It's like, no, like you have something unique that somebody else isn't, experiencing, or you are experiencing something that another dad thinks that he's the only one experiencing it.
Mhm.
And so you get that side of it as well. And I just remember getting to interview some amazing guys that had some crazy stories about just how they became a dad, even like that. Those are those are even wilder, especially dads who maybe they adopted a kid and just that whole journey in life. So
Yeah.
that's its own rough road in
Mhm.
a lot of ways. So
Yeah.
yeah. So we just put that out there. If that's something you're wanting to do, we want to hear from you. So you know how to get a hold of us,
Yeah. We're not going anywhere.
right? Exactly. We're right here. So I am looking forward to Home Dad Con though, and getting to do some more of these episodes like we did last year, sort of on the fly. Those were a lot of fun, just kind of
Yeah.
setting up.
Get a roving reporter.
Well, we did the one where we were in the lobby and it was sort
Uh-huh.
of like a live show, which was hilarious. It's like people were
Yeah.
just sitting around, like listening to us.
Uh-huh.
Uh, but at the same time too, it was very entertaining. Like it was a lot of fun. So
It was
I
fun.
will to see what takes place from there. Hopefully, I'll have a better setup coming around with for us to be able to record. So we were
We
running into
should
that issue last time.
I think we should MC the convention. I mean,
Oh,
they need professional announcers and personalities to take, the transitions from lunch and back to, yeah,
yeah, I like that
look at that.
idea.
And I'm going to say, if we're going to start it, the 30th would be the time because the 30th is going to be a big show. So big convention. So we
We
might,
should
yeah,
definitely
we
MC
might,
the 30th.
we might put that out there. I think we ought to
Yeah,
think, we ought to, what's the word? We ought to workshop that a bit and see where we're at because yeah, I could see that.
I think we can make that happen.
I'm gonna need like a fake tux t-shirt with a sequin bow tie and a
Yes.
hat and a top hat.
Yes.
Just like this is
Love
where we're
it.
at. What are you doing?
Totally.
I'm the MC. What am I doing? This is my 3-ring circus. My
Do you
three
think
break
we
room
should do
circus.
handheld microphones for that, or do we just do like an earpiece microphone so that we can, have our more use of
We
our
are pretty,
hands?
yeah, I do use my hands a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Probably
thinking I'm thinking
'cause you
yeah.
have to hold the cane to go with the top hat. So, right. You have to have
I gotta be able to pull out my pocket watch and be like, all right, everybody, it's time for the next speaker.
we can do putting on the Ritz together. We can from Young
Now you're dating
Frankenstein.
yourself. Oh my gosh.
From Frankenstein. Yeah,
Oh
young
Lord.
Frankenstein. But
That
yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, that's not a bad idea. I don't know how it would work. I don't know logistically if it could, but yeah. And we should definitely talk to the planning committee before this episode airs so they know it's coming, just in
Nah, I
case.
think they should just listen to it.
Just right here, just surprised. Yeah,
This is a
I can just see it.
surprise.
The planning committee, at least one of the chairs, the chair or the co-chair, would be contacting me within 30 minutes of that episode going up. I know it. They'd be like, "Hey, what do you want to do? Are you serious?" I'm like, "Hey, man, what'd you hear?"
Can we just like I could just put in like tiny letters in the graphic and it just says listen till the end for a special 30th anniversary message. You'd probably get like that would go up and you would immediately get a phone call.
What's going on, Danny? I
What are
don't
you
know.
guys doing?
We were just talking. That's what we do. Nothing's
We were just
broken. It just
we
it's
didn't
fine.
suggest anything that couldn't possibly happen.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, we definitely need to get into the rhythm of recording at the convention. We did really good last year, and I think we're going to do better every year because it's just one, the equipment. Good job getting that. Thanks. But two, making sure that we have that time, finding that time for each other.
Yeah.
Because the convention, I mean, from your time as well, but when you're on the planning committee, if you're committed to it, you're not there for the convention. I mean, you're existing, but you're going to miss, so much of it. And last year I had multiple times where I thought with people like you, I had no time to do anything other than run around and work, and I
Yeah.
why didn't we just sit down at breakfast or sit down at lunch or, go to dinner? And there was just too many things going on. And that was
Well,
our first real, I think, committed year to, yes, we are going to record.
yeah.
And I think that's great. And definitely something I think we should do from now on. Just keep
Well,
it
and I
going.
think too, with the fact that we're using Descript as well, like we can
Mhm.
incorporate that into being able to record it live as well and have that
Yeah.
side of it. So I think there's that element as well to kind of play with the whole idea. I honestly think having like some chairs set up to be able to just like have, a couple guys sit down and do a recording or whatever just
Mhm.
for a few minutes to
Yeah.
like what's it feel like to be here at the convention away from your kids and, your family type of deal? Like,
Absolutely.
are you freaking out? Are you completely like, oh, this is amazing?
Do
Like,
you miss your children yet?
how many times have you had to call
It's only been
home?
9 hours. Do you miss your kids? You do?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's 10 o'clock at night. Do you know where your children are?
Right. Did you
Something
call
like
them? Did they call you? How did they respond? Yeah.
Did you have the good night conversation?
And I really want, I don't know if this is ever going to happen again, but remember we would have, well, you may not, because last time I know we did it was Raleigh. So, but we had a
Remember that?
slideshow of all the dads with their kids. And it was just playing, while nothing else was going on. And I keep
I know
trying to
they're
get this
collecting
done.
those now. I
And
know that there's
we're
a thing where
trying.
they're collecting those. Yeah.
We're trying. We're hoping. But yeah, and just get them and just play that. And that to me was the coolest thing because you see all of these guys sitting around you, especially if it was your first time, oh, that's that guy. Oh, wow, that guy's got, two kids too, or, just whatever the similarities might be.
Yep.
But yeah, let's find a spot where we can sit down with a couple of armchairs and bring in a guest. They sit on the couch, we sit on the armchairs and grill them about what they're doing at the convention. And does your partner know you drink that much? I'm just asking.
There's some speakers that I would love to be able to get because I mean I don't know if we're gonna get any speakers on before at this point.
We're gonna
like,
keep trying. We hope so.
Yeah, but regardless, like to be able to like get the opportunity to even just get them on while they're there and talk with them a little bit further, I think will be another element to just add to it as well. So hopefully we'll have like an actual like place set up where we can kind of just be like, hey, like come over here real quick, like after you talk kind of deal, or that way you're not stealing their thunder before their talk. But I think like a post green room type space where we could do something along those lines. Well, you and I will need to kick that around, but I think that a lot of attendees would even enjoy getting to interact with us that way and be a part of the podcast. So we'll see. Anything's possible, to be honest. So, but before we like continue like going down crazy rabbit holes and
we were going to talk about school.
Well, we're done talking about school. That's done.
And then things erupted.
It's okay. It's okay. It's getting late.
It is late. It is almost. It's almost 8 o'clock here, man. I should be in bed. No, just kidding. Not that.
Well,
bad.
Anyway, that's all we got for this episode. So we will talk to you all next week. We hope you have a great one, and talk to you later.
Good night, everybody.
I'm a dad, that's what I do.